name is Christy. This is my channel, Christy of the Cosmos. Welcome if you're new here. I just started this channel, and it's solely dedicated to dreams and dream work, sharing different techniques that I've learned over the years, and also many of my own dreams, the symbolic meaning behind dreams, how to get in touch with yourself through dreams, and how starting to learn how to read your dreams can actually help you understand yourself better and navigate through your waking life much easier, and how they can just totally change your experience of your waking reality. I'm a strong believer that just because we're sleeping at night doesn't mean that we're not living a life, that those experiences are just made up, like meaningless experiences. I don't believe that at all. And the reason is because I've had so many experiences over the course of my life that have come true, prophecies on a large scale, like worldwide, and many, many that are personal to me and my own experiences with my friends and family. So I have felt compelled to do this for many years. And honestly, the only reason I haven't is because I always felt like it was a daunting task to start to share on YouTube. That YouTube had already been so full of so much stuff that I would just get buried. And I realized that that might still be the case. But lately, I have been called to do it more and more and to push myself past the boundary of creating for the sake of creating and not for anything else besides that. So if you don't know me, you don't know my work, I am an artist first and foremost. I've been doing my own art thing for 20 years, and I'm pretty blessed in that work. I've had many other experiences that have helped shape who I am, and I've had two major awakenings in my life on my spiritual journey. One when I was around 22, somewhere around there, maybe 20, somewhere in there. And the second one, while I was going through chemotherapy when I had cancer 7 years ago. And that experience really blew my mind open and actually helped aid me in this dream work and recognizing that dreams are one of the strongest forms of intuition that we all have. And most of us dream all of the time. And most of us think they don't mean anything. Or even if you feel like it does mean something, for some reason you're detached from them. So this is the reason I've started this channel. Recently I posted a video which is all about lucid dreaming, what it means to lucid dream, how to stay in your dreams, and all that kind of fun stuff. It has some great, very simple techniques on how to lucid dream and how to stay in your dreams. I just said that. Anyway, I'll post that below and you can go check that out if that feels like something that you would like to do. Today I want to talk about recurring dreams and symbols in dreams and how to understand and decipher those symbols that come through. I, like everyone that I've ever known really, has actually a few, like a handful of recurring themes in my dreams that I've had since forever, for as long as I can remember. And I would say that the majority of these dreams are very symbolic. I think a lot of people misinterpret these specific dreams as prophecy of something that is going to happen, usually because recurring dreams aren't like the happy, fun, exciting dreams. A lot of times they tend to be frightening or uncomfortable or whatever. Frequent things that people talk about in their recurring dreams are things like their teeth falling out or their hair falling out, something being stuck in their teeth. I get that one quite a bit, with something being stuck in my teeth. Not being able to run, being nude in front of a whole bunch of people, that kind of thing. And all of those are very symbolic, and they're like packed full of meaning. There are thousands of dream books out there that have dream, like, here's the, whatever it is, the thing, and here's the meaning. I don't look at any of those. I have found that every time I've ever picked up one of those dream books and it tells me, whatever you're dreaming about butterflies, you're in for a good fortune. I don't know, like that kind of thing. To me, it just reads like fortune cookies. Like it doesn't feel like there's enough there. It feels so, I don't know. It's nothing. It's fluff. I could be wrong. And if you know some really great dream books that have helped you along the way, please let me know in the comments, and I will check them out. There has been many dream books about developing your dream work that are out there that are excellent. But those like tell me the symbols of my dreams books, I don't know, they're not my thing because I don't feel like they go deep enough. So to explain this a little deeper, one of my main recurring themes that I've been having for as long as I possibly can remember is tornadoes. And I know a lot of you probably have had this recurring theme, or at least had it a few times in your life. Because every time I've ever posted about that on my own personal social media, people are like, I dream about tornadoes too. And I'm like, yeah, it's pretty wild. My thing is, it used to be when I was young, just like one main huge tornado coming right at me. As I grew, I started having much more dreams about multiple tornadoes in the distance, like the very far distance, and they're slowly coming at me, and all of a sudden one touches down really close to me, and you know, it's all about getting to safety, running, and people running around, and just like wild dreams. So recently, and I had wondered why, like every single time I wake up, I'm like, here I am having another one of these tornado dreams, and I really couldn't pinpoint why. And I think that it has been building up for me over the years, so that at this time, through what we're going through collectively, I would understand the deeper meaning. That it had been preparing me to really get it until now. And that what I was doing in the way that I was reacting in my waking life to, let's say, traumas or dangers or whatever, I had been carrying out as a pattern through my waking life. And so it kept popping up in my dreams to kind of trigger in me deeper thought about what the heck tornadoes even mean to me. And recently I had this dream. It was a pretty short dream where I was in a house, and I live out in sort of a rural farm area. And so since I've moved, the focus of my dreams have moved. They always kind of move wherever I happen to be. And this particular dream, I was in a home that wasn't really my house. And actually, I'm pretty sure it was my grandparents' house, but out here, even though they were in the city. And I frequently dream about that house. It's probably the thing I dream about the most. And that symbolizes me. In all of my dreams, that house is me, my body, and things that are going on in my experience. So keep that in mind over here. I can get into all of that in some other video, but the house is Christy, let's say that. And in the house with me is family and friends, not very many of them. Let's say 5 to 7 people are with me, and we're all hanging out, and it starts to get a little stormy outside. It's midday, and I look out the window, and very far in the distance, like, so I'm seeing farmland, and the house was in the city, so that's how I know it's me. But anyway, I look out into the distance and I see a tornado forming, and I'm like, oh my goodness, guys, come and look at this. And they all run to the window, and they're all standing at the window. In my current house, I have a lot of really big windows. It's an old farmhouse. So I am looking out with them, and they're like excited, right? They're like, whoa, this is so cool. I can't believe it. They're just like making exclamations like that. Like, whoa, look at it. Oh my God. I don't think it's coming this way. I think we're good. We're good. And then all of a sudden I see another tornado touchdown. And instantly, this is a tell in my dream. So in my first video about lucid dreaming, I talk about tells. So they're like things that happen that as soon as they happen, you're like, wait a minute. I have this all the time. This is like a normal thing I dream about frequently. This is my little hint that I'm in a dream, that this is not my waking reality. This is a different form of reality. So my tell is as soon as I see that second, third, fourth, whatever tornado. As soon as I see multi-tornadoes, I'm like, this is not waking reality. But I'm still feeling, even though I know this now, so I'm aware. So this is the state of being lucid in a dream, where you're aware that this is not your waking reality, but you choose to stay in the scene and let it play out and react to it. And even in that moment, the more you do that, you're able to kind of listen to the other people and how they're reacting. And even though you're in the dream, you're also able to be outside of the dream, observing the dream and kind of understanding more about what's happening. So it's like you're playing a dual role of playing the dream, almost like playing a video game, right? Where you're in there and you're playing it and you're making decisions and you're sometimes have to choose dialogue and stuff like that. But you're also like this other consciousness on the outside watching it and deciphering where this is going. So they're like excited, and then suddenly I see this. So I'm like, okay, I'm dreaming, or I'm not. This isn't my waking reality. And that second tornado was much closer, and I'm like, hey guys, I don't think we're safe by these windows anymore. You're not really supposed to be by windows when tornadoes are coming by, right? You want to be in the way of flying glass, let's say. And especially since the second tornado touched down, I'm like, I don't know if another tornado is going to touch down close by. That's usually what happens in these experiences for me. So, I'm warning them, hey, please come away from the window. And they're really not taking me seriously at all. Like, they're just, oh, Christy, you're overreacting. It's no big deal. They're way out there. They're not even coming in this direction. Like, we can watch. It's okay. Relax. It's cool. And I'm like, okay, all right. So I step back, right? And I'm getting uncomfortable, and I kind of even move back in the room, but they're like right up against the window. Like, oh my goodness. And finally, I all of a sudden, there's 5, 6, whatever tornadoes out there, and they're all coming at us now. And they're coming at us, and tornadoes are fast. Like, they move across the land pretty fast. And I say this, never have I seen a tornado in real life. But I've experienced so many in my damn dreams that I feel like I know a little bit about it. So I'm like, listen, there is no more time. We have to go downstairs now. Not only is it not safe in front of the window, we're not even safe upstairs. Let's go into the basement where let's hunker down for a few minutes. It'll all be over in a few minutes anyway. Like, you got to be entertained, let it go. And they're like, Christy, you're overreacting. We're fine. It's not gonna, what's the chances it's gonna come this way? All of that. And I'm like, listen, you do you, friends. Like, I'm going into the basement. I'm gonna go by myself. I'm gonna go hunker down. Yes, I'm feeling the curiosity that they're feeling as well. It's not like I'm not in their state of mind too, but at the same time, I know that the right thing to do is to protect myself, right? So that we could see another day. So I go and I walk and I leave to go into the basement. And that was actually the end of my dream. And upon waking, I had a very strong recall of the dream. And I sat in my bed. I frequently have these dreams right as I'm waking up. That's probably the time I usually have the most intense feeling dreams. And I know exactly why I've been having tornado dreams my whole life, and also what this particular dream meant for me and my situation and whatever. Tornadoes are a force of nature. They're not good or bad or nothing. They're just a force of nature. They happen. And we can be victims to them. And a lot of people are victims to them whether they choose to be or not. But other people, they just don't get the heck out of the way. And that sort of tumultuous, we're not in control, let's just let it happen. I'm going to let the external environment happen to me. I'm just going to let it, and that's how life is. Like, something happens, I react. This is happening, I react. I might react by running downstairs, and I might react in this situation by staring out the window, and I might react, and it's always out there, and then me reacting to it. In this case, I was lucid. I'm not always lucid in the tornado dreams, even though that is a tell when there's multiple tornadoes. Sometimes I just feel like it's weird. But I don't catch on necessarily that I'm not in, like, I'm terrified, right? I wasn't terrified in this one. I was annoyed. And to me, it was like I had gotten to a place where I was really done playing the external reality game of trauma reaction. I just didn't want to do it anymore. I was like, come on. And I was frustrated with the people who are with me, who I know that they're family and friends, but I don't remember who it was. I was frustrated with them because they wanted to continue to play the game. They wanted to continue to watch as the world just pummeled them over and then react to it and not understand that they are responsible for that. That the external reality happens to them and they're in a state of victimhood. And I'm sitting there like, you're not a victim if you just stop living that way. When you recognize your own responsibility, and sometimes your responsibility is to, take care of yourself. Get the heck out of the way of the tornado and just be like, okay, tornado, I see you coming. I see what's happening. I'm just going to go over here and continue to live. And it might not be as exciting, but I'm going to do that anyway. So you have that like really keen understanding of like the world is going to continue to get nuts and you can watch. And you can participate and you can have all of your opinions of who's the good guy, who's the bad guy. These people have this agenda. These people have that agenda. These people hate these people, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, go for it. Do it if you want to. And you can be a victim to it all too. It's like, I'm this, so this is happening to me. That person hates me for this reason. I hate that person for whatever reason. And you can continue to play that external reality game for as long as you choose. Or there's this other option that I think a lot of people are, and I feel like a lot of people will misunderstand that and they'll get frustrated at me for saying this, but this is just what I got very strongly intuitively upon waking from this dream. You can step outside the matrix, so to speak, and continue to live your life. You don't have to participate in all of that. Does that mean that you put your passions aside and the things that you really care about and support, you just stop doing them? No, but there is a way of supporting a cause from kindness, from proactiveness, from all of these things. And then there's a way of supporting a cause through victim. One of them is really positive, and one of them will probably get your cause further. You know what I mean? Like, one of them you'll actually be able to create solutions from, and the other one perpetuates this trauma-based victimhood that we are a lot of us are trapped in and don't even really realize that we're trapped in. And what is the main reason? Really, for a lot of it, is it's almost like a form of entertainment. The trauma is like a form of entertainment and we get addicted to that entertainment. My goodness, I'm going to trigger some people by saying all of that. And I'm not saying that trauma is not real. And I'm not saying that if you've experienced trauma, it's not something that you should heal from. Lord knows I've had to heal from heck of a lot of trauma. But how did I do it? And how am I continuing to do it on a daily basis? Is I just decided to step outside of the matrix, let's say, and start just living my life. I turned off the news. I stopped participating in all of the things that I found were extremely polarizing for people. And you know what? That triggered people too. They felt like I should have a cause. They felt that I should be on their side. They felt that I should step up because I used to. And unfortunately for them, I just decided that I really just want to live my life and have a good life and be a good person with kindness in my heart. And I'll support you if I really believe in what you're doing. But if I'm not supporting you, it's not my cause and it's not my call. So all of that force of nature that I had been experiencing my whole life as these tornadoes all coming at me, this one, was all of these external experiences that had the potential to actually be deadly to me. Never once, not once, in any of those dreams did I ever get hit by the tornado. Never once did it ever pummel me down. It's always like something out there that's a danger and it's coming for me and I better do something about it. And then finally in this dream, there was a sense of freedom of saying, well, it's time to step away from all of the chaos, because it's like a chaotic experience, and just go continue living and being the most positive force that I can be, and build instead of destroy. Don't participate in the destruction necessarily. Participate in the rebuild. And the rebuild can start, if you're being proactive, the rebuild can start before the destruction is ever complete. So, do I believe we're on the eve of destruction? I actually don't. And I've had loads of dreams about that, which I will share, specifically about New Earth and how we change as human beings. Which again, I mean, it's up to you. Use your own discernment, what feels right to you. You might not be on the same path as me, and that's cool, man. You do you, friend. So anyway, when you're working with your dreams and you have recurring symbols like that, frequently, like I said, it is very symbolic of something is happening internally within you, a pattern that's running in your life. So we all have these patterns. You have similar situations that keep popping up your whole life. You have similar types of people coming into your life. They might not even be the same person. Sometimes it is the same person. Perpetuating the same situation over and over and over and over and over again. And the only way to start, and even in your own life, like you might just be having experiences and you don't even understand why these things keep happening to you. And it might have nothing to do with other people at all. It might just have to do with, bad luck. And you think, which really isn't a real thing. It's not, it's really not. It's you perpetuating a pattern that it's unhealthy for you. And the only way to get past the pattern is to change, to evolve past the need of having that same exact lesson play out for you over and over again. So these dreams, the themes in these dreams frequently have a lot to do with that. If you lost your voice, or you have something wrong with your throat, or your teeth are falling out and all this stuff, it's like you're just not sharing yourself enough. There is this block in your communication. You literally can't speak. Your teeth falling out. You don't make any sense anymore. You're being weighed down because you suddenly you can't run or you can't walk. It's like you feel stagnant in your life. You're not moving, and every single time that happens, you want to be moving. And you can't, and people are running, and you can't keep up with them, and you don't understand why, and it's really a debilitating feeling. It's like you're actually holding yourself back somehow. And there's places in your life that you actually need to start moving. And then once you start doing that, you start having these dreams less and less frequently, because you don't need your higher version of yourself to kind of trigger you into becoming more introspective about these things that are going on for you. So anyway, that is an example, my own personal example of recurring dreams. Do you have any recurring dreams that have been happening for you that you would like some sort of interpretation on? I wouldn't say that I'm a dream interpretation expert, because I really believe that the only person who can really interpret your dreams properly is you. But you have to get to know them really well. And once you do that, it's like it changes the way that you work with your own life. So until next time, your friendly friend. Until next time, your friendly friend, Christy. Peace.